Hello, fabulous people. This is the Together podcast, and this is the place where Cherise and I come together to help you get it together for your everyday business life. So we hope you enjoy.
So we jumping right in it. Hello, everybody that is out there that's paying attention to us, that is watching the rebroadcast of these. Hello. I'm excited about today. I'm feeling good about today. And I'm also excited about the topic. And what I just recently realized when I was dealing with one of my, when I was talking to one of my girlfriends, it's so nice to be a therapist.
I know.
Because you have therapist friends and you can call them and you can say, hey, I need a therapy session. Like, can you pencil me in? So when I was talking to one of my friends, I was telling her I was just stuck. And because I was stuck, it did like all these different things that I could be moving forward on in my business. I'm not. So just stuck. And so we talked about all the different things, and it's a couple of different things that has me stuck. Okay. But one of the things, and Cherise, you are going to love this. One of the things is my hair is not where I want it at the final destination of locks yet. And so I actually have been holding my own self hostage because I feel like I can't get new pictures done yet until I get my hair the way it's going to be for the next couple of years. And because I can't get pictures done, then I can't do my like media blast, and I don't need to be out there marketing. And so I am holding my own self hostage. Yes. So what I want to talk about when you are in your own way for whatever block you have in your mind. So anyway, I fully jumped in. So how are you? Tell me like what's going on with you, what new and exciting things. I see you were out and about and not at home tonight. So we need to get off early so you can get home in a decent hour.
Girl, I got so many places I got to be before I get home. So my week is so crazy. I go out of town on Thursday for a day trip for a client. Then my niece graduates Friday, and then I'm out of here on a cruise the 20th on Saturday. So I'm getting ready for all that, which is why I'm out so late.
Be you when I grow up. How do I be you? In Jamaica, taking cruises, going to graduations. That's what we're gonna have to do. One session is just gonna be, how do I be you when I grow up?
Girl, listen, I think we all want to be each other. Okay. Because a lot of it is work. So work play. That's one thing I love about my work is work play. So, that's pretty cool. So it's been a long week, been a crazy week. This week, I went to Pensacola this weekend too.
Oh, wow.
My first time. Yep, I went my first time to Pensacola, which was cool. Have you been there?
I don't think I've been to Pensacola yet. I've definitely been on that side of Florida, but I don't think I've actually done Pensacola. How was it?
Pensacola was beautiful. I had no idea about Pensacola. Yeah. New groove, like 5-hour trip drive, easy. So we'll talk about that. We'll have to take a trip to Pensacola because it was really smooth.
I love Florida, period. Every time I'm in Florida, I'm like, I'm supposed to live here. I think it's one of those live here.
States. Yeah, it's definitely one of those. Yeah. And it was the Gulf of Mexico, like Pensacola's right. I had no idea. I'm like, what water is this? And it was blue, pretty water. Yeah.
That's the thing about the Gulf is it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Yeah.
Amazing.
So with that, I usually tell people, if you want kids to have fun and you don't need to have a view, then do the other side of the state, the other side of Florida, because the water bubbles with that on that side. But if you just need a view, then you need to be in the Gulf because that water is so gorgeous for something that's a quick getaway.
Yeah, new information to me. Yeah. I think we also need a session about your hair. So we'll get off, when we need to schedule that. So we can
I think I got it figured out. But I think it was just so interesting when I was talking to my friend, shout out therapist Treva. You actually met her. She was at the shop one day. She came to sit down and say, okay, why are you stuck?
Yeah.
And what's going on? And so when I started the list of things, I don't think I had really realized the practicalness of me not knowing what I'm doing with my hair is getting in the way.
Yeah,
with that.
No,
It's a whole like block. And so I wanted to spend our time tonight, unless you have a topic, because if you do, then we can go.
No, this is perfect. I love this topic.
First of all, making sure you have a way or a friend or a therapist or a coach to help you figure out why you're blocked and or stuck. Because it takes sitting down sometimes and thinking like, why am I not moving forward with that? And really sitting down and figure it out. Yeah. And then going from there and making a plan for it. And so that was only one of the things. I think it's about 3 things that I'm waiting on, but that was one of the main things right there. Yeah. And so the other 2 things just required me to have conversations with other people. Yeah. And so the other 2 things I was able to knock out with conversations with people. And then the hair piece, I just made a whole plan. And so I think I got it figured out, but I was just so I think I don't want to say astounded and taken aback because that feels like so dramatic. But I really did be like, have I been hemmed up for 6 months over hair? Yeah. Like I would say 3 things, but a lot of our life is like think of it as like a bird cage. Okay, the old-fashioned bird cage that had all of the little wires that held the bird in. So in my mind, it's always yellow. And so I want everybody to think of themselves in that bird cage. You don't need to clear everything out of your way to move forward, but you usually do need to clear 2 or 3 things out of your way to move forward. Yep. And so having some type of process to do that, however you need. I think I would say I probably need to adopt a situation or something in my life where I'm sitting down and consistently saying, okay, what's blocking me this month? 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 And making sure I'm consistently working on those internal blocks. And I was telling somebody about, can't remember the conversation, but 80 to 90% of the reason you were stuck or where you at is always going to be you. It's always going to be you. Yes. And so if you are not moving, you have to look at you first. And the good news about that is that's where your power is, because you can change you. You can start doing things different for you with that. And so even if it's like, oh, the market won't let me, blah, 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 blah. No, if there's a will, there's a way. And so if you say, okay, the market is what it is, but I can still do this. Yes. You'll be able to do it. Like, it's just that simple. So my first question for you to bring you into the conversation more is, how do you identify those blocks?
Well, I feel like I identify the blocks because I have some areas that I know I'm, not pushing through in. And I identify those blocks with a couple of friends, because what we do is it's really 2 people, and one of them, I will identify hers, and then she'll come back at me.
Oh, that's good.
Because we're very transparent. And I'm like, look, I was like, you can't do that. Like, you can't do that. And I'm so very open with, I know you coming back at me too. Yeah. But like, I'm the friend that's obligated to tell you, because remember, my industry, my business as a beauty professional, especially an image consultant, it is my duty and my job to say, no, this is not acceptable, on so many levels. And, so I will make the statement, I will identify, and then I'm just open and ready to get mine back. And actually, like I had mentioned before, like I've been around so many yes people, I really invite the constructive criticism or just the feedback. Like, give me the feedback. I need to know. Do not have me out here looking crazy. Don't do that to me. And if I find out you got me looking crazy, we're going to have a problem.
Right. You know?
So I'm that person who is going to catch your typo, because this be pissing me off too, Natalie. When I have typos in my post or something, and nobody says anything, and I go back and see my own typo, and I'm like, really, y'all? I be talking to everybody like, really, y'all, nobody went in my inbox and said, hey, you got a typo? Because I'm that person who's like, hey, and I will copy it, paste it, and say, hey, fix this. Quick, fix it.
Right.
You know, and so they won't even know what they need to do. They don't have to guess. I'm like, here, fix this. This is what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know, so don't even take it personal. I'm just here to have your back. And I want the same in return, you know?
Yeah, that's really, really good. And I think we can have so many blocks in so many areas. And so like I'm remembering I was in this training program, and one lady was having a financial block because she didn't want to out earn her parents. It was something about that. And so she kind of just would get to a level of self-sabotage, get to a level of self-sabotage, get to a level of self-sabotage. Right? With that, I've heard people have blocks over, and this one was mine for a while, not wanting to out earn friends.
Yeah.
With that, you don't want to lose your friend group, being scared you're gonna lose your friend group.
Yeah.
With that, being put in almost like another category, because if I all of a sudden want to start taking trips and none of my friends can afford it but me,
right.
It may be easier for me to stay, you know, on the out earning, not wanting to out earn
them,
or pay for them,
which is also self-sabotaging.
Correct.
You know, and I mean, it's cool to do it, you know, here from time to time, of course, but you need to make sure that someone else can do it too. You're not always the one that's doing it, because that's self-sabotage. You know, mess around and not be able to take yourself nowhere.
Right. I've heard people not wanting to out earn partners.
Yeah.
Because that'll change the dynamic of the relationship.
Yes.
And it does. As a matter of fact, I just had a whole like supervision session with one of my supervisees of, you got to start asking couples about their money situation.
Yeah.
Because money will secretly kind of run a relationship and an agenda in the relationship. You know, if you paying all the bills, and if I leave you, I'm going to be broke and homeless, that's going to keep me thinking before I just leave. You know, if you were not paying the bills, you took a little bit more shit, honestly. But now that you paying the bills, now you're not okay taking nothing. Like, it was okay for you to cuss me out when I wasn't paying the bills. I had to do it. But now I'm paying the bills. You're going to get cussed out. Like, that ain't going to be. And so people will hold themselves back financially because of that. They don't want to be the that brother, that sister, that cousin, the rich aunt, the whatever, you know, they don't want any of the labels that may go with that. And so I really want to encourage everybody to really like sit down and have a conversation with somebody on what is blocking you and what is keeping you from moving forward. And it's going to be something really subtle, probably some old insecurity, you know, with that. And I was joking with somebody, and I was like, it ain't new levels, new devils. It's really new levels, the same devil. He just seems to come back differently on a different level, different way, you know? And so like, even as I talk about, okay, my hair, because I can remember being a little girl and being made fun of because of my hair with that, you know, or something going on. And so it's a thing for me. And I just was just like, man, I can't believe I didn't realize how this was like holding me back with that. And so it's so many things. For it could be weight, it could be I don't know what.
Your thoughts. You know, just your thoughts, how you think about yourself. You know, when I talk about the self-image, the self-awareness, the self-consciousness, how you think about yourself could hold you back from so much. That's why I dig so deep into that work, because if you think that you're not enough, you're never going to show up fully for yourself in any position, because you're never enough. No matter how degreed you are, no matter, how beautiful you are, if the inside of you says, for whatever reason, maybe somebody told you you ain't all that, and it could be just some little words.
Yeah, just those little words. Yeah.
That keeps playing in the back of your mind. This is why this deep work is so important. Like, you have to start awakening up the little girl in you, the little boy in you, to figure out, to wake it up, so it can come out and start saying the things out loud instead of festering. And it's not gonna feel good. It will not feel good. But that's another thing that people don't want to deal with. They don't want to feel the things that don't feel good. That's my whole feeling good as hell situation. No. You got to feel it all. Feel it all. Do not think
say that part of it.
Feel good, because the feeling is the secret in the feeling it all. Because if you can face the ugly, and all you got to do is move through it. I know it sounds like all you got to do. I know it's more than all you got to do.
Right.
But if you can face it, if you can look yourself in the mirror for 5 minutes and start allowing that little girl, that little boy to come up and come out and come through, then y'all can sit together, because y'all really are partners. Like, you don't have to run from those feelings and those things that happen to you, and the things it's hard to deal with. But that is, whatever those things were to happen to you, they happen for you. They didn't just happen to you, they happen for you, so that you can walk through this life and become who you are becoming. So it's deep. Nat, we can go deep.
Oh, I want to go deep, and I think we got a little bit more time. And the sex therapist in me is wanting to say something.
Okay, let's go.
She like inside, like, let me jump in.
Come on.
So, because every now and then we'll have somebody else say, well, I don't know if my partner's attracted to me. I don't know if she's attracted to me. And so the main question is, are you attracted to yourself?
Are you attracted to yourself? Ooh.
And so sometimes we got to say, like, when was the last time you looked in the mirror and be like, damn, I look good today? Like, you're like, when was the last time you did that for you? And so really making sure you tap into that. Because I've seen some people, and I mean, like, the big sister in me wanted to be like, okay, girlfriend, come on. Like, come on. Wait. We are not walking around the world looking like that, are we?
Right.
And we can't be walking around looking like that and then saying, I don't understand why he's not attracted to me anymore. Like, like with that. And sometimes I can be that real in session, and sometimes I gotta like say it a little softer.
Right.
But I really want people to kind of take their ownership right there of like, am I attracted to my own self?
Am I attracted to my own self? That's good.
Right. And I feel like, we've all had those days where it's just like, dang, I look good today. Whether it's a new outfit, a new hairdo or something. But where it's just like, I really look good today. And so I want to encourage you guys to make sure you're having more of those days and do what you need to do to have those days, and figure out what that is. What is that for you that makes you have that day? Like, what is it? Is it a new outfit? Is it this particular dress? Is it these particular slacks? Is it these slacks with these shoes with this shirt? Always make me feel like, I'm Superwoman, I'm Superman, I can handle the world, or Wonder Woman.
Yes, honey, I'm taking notes on that. I had to take my notes on that right there. Am I attracted to me? Because that goes perfectly with one of my assignments. Am I attracted to me? I love it.
I want to. What assignment? I'm being nosy now.
Well, it's the facing.
Go ahead.
It's the facing you. Taking ownership of where you are, who you are, and where do you want to go, and who are you becoming? So that whole am I attracted to me? That just took that to a whole nother level, because I'm all about facing yourself.
Yes.
I'm all about, listen, whatever happens, I come back to me first. What am I doing? How did I cause this?
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you, I was in a relationship that was such a fault finder.
Oof.
I had never seen nothing like it in my life. I had never seen nobody ever not take accountability for themselves, or not take ownership of themselves. I had never seen it in my life. And I said, whoa. I said, let me make sure I am not that.
Yes.
I had to truly make sure that was not who I was, who I am. So I honestly take every moment in any situation, and I take a moment and look at myself and just say, you got to take ownership in this, and what role did I play in this particular situation? So I love that. I'm gonna add that, and I'm gonna let you know where I'm adding that piece and how it's gonna work out.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. If y'all haven't figured out yet, I want to make sure you guys have practical takeaways.
Yes.
With that you can do. So far in the conversation, a practical takeaway is you sitting down with a friend and saying, hey, I'm stuck. Can you see where I'm stuck at? Do you hear me saying something? Do you see me not moving forward in something? And having that friend call you out with that and having a conversation about what that is. All right. If you absolutely feel like there's nobody in your life in which you can do that, and you don't feel like you can call me or Cherise to do that and do that work, then you can do it yourself. You can sit down with a clean sheet of paper and say, I'm not moving forward. Why? And then just free form and write what comes up for you. Don't judge it or analyze it. But if you just sit there with that question, asking yourself, why am I not moving forward? What does it take to move forward? What do I feel like needs to be done before I do this next marketing push? What needs to be done before I do this money stuff? What else? What needs to be done before I do this reach out or this referral or start my new program? And just really sit down and write whatever comes up. Don't judge, analyze what comes up. Just let it flow out, and you will start to get answers. And then you put those answers on the list and you start working through it. Now, if it's an answer that you feel like you cannot work through, then you might just need to make a different agreement with yourself with that. Okay. So for example, I'm gonna be real with you guys, and it is what it is though. Right? And I like people when they're real with me. Okay. Me too. So one of my things is, okay, you can't move forward until you lose 30 pounds. Okay. You've been trying to lose the same 30 pounds for like 3 years now. And you've been holding yourself back 3 years. Yeah. Okay. So let's understand that you are not probably going to lose the 30 pounds. And so what agreement can you make with yourself that will allow you to move forward and not hold up your business and your money because you're trying to do something that you can't do? I get you. I see your face, Cherise. I do see your face and saying that you can't do something. But I want to give people an option because they're holding their businesses up. I hear you. I see all the judgment on your face and everything. I got it.
I'm with you.
I hear you. But I think there's space for us to do a workaround with that. And so I'm not going to say I'm never going to lose 30 pounds. What I'm saying is I'm in this circle of, okay, if I don't look this way, I can't do anything to move my business forward. I'm not going to take new pictures. I'm not going to do any marketing. I'm not going to, I'm just going to stay here. And so I'm in this just cold. And so if I could say, okay, can we take the 30 pounds off the list and try 5 pounds or 10 pounds to make that and then get the pictures done? Yeah. Or can we just buy some clothes and get one pictures done and then make an agreement that we won't hold up marketing for that? We won't hold up reaching out for that and building new networks for that. We won't hold up for that, but we'll just do a phase 2 of it. There's some way to work with yourself so that you aren't holding your business up when you can't move yourself forward in a certain area with that. And so back to, if I feel like, okay, I really can't make more money than my partner, which again, I know some of y'all are having like reactions. How dare would you say that? Okay, what can you do instead? Okay, all right. So I maybe not want to make more money on the take home pay than my partner. How else could I do that though? Could I make more money to put in our retirement account, which that goes directly to savings? Can I put the money somewhere else, maybe in a college fund or something? So I'm taking the limit off in other areas so that I can stay limited in this area. So of course we want you to be able to work through all of those blocks, but I got to be real. Some of these blocks you're gonna feel like, okay, I can't work through. It's too much, or the working through it is going to take longer than you want it to work. Like you've been trying and trying and trying. And so if you can't work directly through the block, which is of course what we want first, then you got to sit down with yourself and say, what's the workaround? What's the workaround with that? And so and sometimes just getting real and having a conversation with yourself will do it. And so when I particularly was working on, okay, if I go to this next level, I'm probably going to lose some friends with that. So that was a whole thing for me, because that has happened to me time and time again. And so my mentor was like, what's going to happen that you will all of a sudden lose friends? I was like, if you start doing a little bit better and traveling a little bit more or something, in my experience, people just start looking at you different. Like, you went out of town like 8 times in a row. Like they start clocking your money. Oh, you made a lot of money off of that. Like, it's just a lot of little digs that don't feel good that I've experienced. And so, so she challenged me last time to sit down and say, okay, really look at your friend list and really figure out who you're going to lose. Like to really sit down and like really face it to figure out who you think you'll lose. And when I sat down and faced it, I realized all the people that I done lost them. Like the people are here with me now, they will rock on with me forever. Like we've already lost them. And so really it was just the old fear that kind of jumped on me. So kind of like new level, same devil. Oh, you're going to lose some friends. Oh, you're going to be the only one. And this really goes all the way back to my childhood of doing well in school and then being put in the classroom and being the only Black kid in the whole class. And so many things go back to our childhood, y'all. I wish it wasn't. That wasn't the case. I feel like I went to a whole master's degree. Like read all these books to come back and be like, and it was probably something in your childhood, like they always said. But that's the thing. Like if I do well, then I get moved with another group of people and I can't be with my people and it feels wrong. And so I'm every new level, I'm having to fight that same devil with that. And so over and over and over again. Okay, I've talked a lot. Right. What's coming up for you? What do you say? What are you thinking and feeling?
I want to quickly mention this story about a block that I had for many years until it was revealed for me. One of my blocks from childhood, things were really easy for me. I was good at sports. I was considered a pretty little pageant girl, all that little stuff, whatever, because that's what I did, and I just remember my cousin. I actually literally won a pageant and, was doing a little parade and all that stuff. And, me and her had a moment, you always win. You always get this. You always get that moment. And I'm talking about we were little girls, girl. And I was like, oh no, you too, us.
Right.
Us. And that's forever. And I will always, hold myself back so others could get because I'm good. Like I'm good. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah.
Pushing others forward. Because I'm like, I'm good. I'm all right. I want to see you win because I know I'm good. But I've done that, to my detriment as well.
Right.
Hiding. You know, and also another issue for me is I didn't ever want anyone to think I got anything because I was pretty.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I've always been a hard worker. I've needed to prove.
Right. I'm not just a pretty face.
I'm not just a pretty face. And who says I am? Shoot, you know, people, you know what I'm saying? But it was because people say, oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so pretty. My whole point from being that little girl is I needed to prove that, no, I work for mine.
Yeah.
I work for it. So
that's so interesting.
I don't get mine because I'm pretty or, you know, and it's not easy either.
I know I said it out loud to a client one time. I was like, so you going to let that 5-year-old girl's mentality and experience run the rest of your life? Like what two kids said to each other?
Do you hear me though? But that's
run the rest of your life? Oh, even saying that right now, that hits me. You gonna let something that happened to you in the 2nd grade run the rest of it?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I'm hurt. Like I'm feeling it. Like,
and this is the work.
That is the work.
Is the work, and that's what people don't realize. That's what facing you is. That's what taking ownership is.
Right.
You know, so when people are always, you know, deflecting and always, you know, hiding and always, you know, people so arrogant, you know, insecure, it's because of those childhood traumas. When people project onto you, you know, their fears and their traumas, it's from childhood. And they never ever dealt with it. And then you back around and you hurt someone again and again and again. That's why you got all these effed up adults.
Yeah, it is. Running around, still reacting to the 5-year-old bullies, the 6-year-old bullies, even the 13-year-old bullies. Like, really? We are reacting and doing and not doing for what a 13-year-old said to me 30 years ago. Like, but we are. We are. And so, to do the work to figure out what those things are, to be reminded. And I think now that we're having this conversation, because I think I forget, you forget when all of the fears and all of the whispers or something, they come back up. And so you do need to have, I think, somebody in your life, like you said before, that will call you out. Like, is that same?
Is that
really the second grade stuff is coming back up again? That, and I may even need to write that down. When I notice I'm feeling stuck or something, okay, is this the second grade stuff coming back up again? Because really, we grown. We cannot have second grade stuff like following the whole life.
Yeah, I was gonna mention to you, like, please take that exercise that you gave us. Okay. And please write that down because we need to go back to that. Like, that's a whole movement because you see where it led us in this conversation. So like, that's a game changer.
That is a game
and that's where people need, like, if you can have that type of exercise in a conversation like this and people are listening, on a platform like this, that will make someone think, that will impact someone's life. A simple exercise like that. Just write it down.
Writing it down.
No judgment.
Really just please don't judge yourself. Is that something
we need to do once a week? Maybe
I'm gonna say do it for the amount of growth you need in your life.
Yeah.
And so if you're at a point where you like, oh my God, we almost at the midpoint of 2023. And I haven't even done my first goal on the list that I said in January. Then you are a person who needs to be doing this every day.
Every day.
What's my block? How do I get over it? What agreement do I need to make around it? How do I move? Okay. Now, if you have moderately and you are kind of halfway on track for the most of your goals for 2023, then you feel free to do this once a week. Maybe take yourself to coffee early Sunday morning or a Tuesday evening or something. Take yourself and sit in the corner and just write. Why am I not moving forward? What is going on with me? What is hindering me? I could do this if. All right. Now, okay. I'm going to try to get this off of here in about 10 minutes. Now 45.
Okay.
All right. If you think money is the reason, you are wrong. I know that money can move you forward definitely by leaps and bounds. But there are so many businesses who have started with little to no money and that have moved forward. Social media is a business game changer because we can use it for free. We can get the word out for free. And so I just need you to, if you write on that list, the only reason I'm not moving forward is because I don't have the money. I'm gonna need you to just scratch that off.
Money is not the reason.
And say money is not my reason. I gotta go deeper. So how do I get creative? What do I need to be doing? So if I can't do it with, if I don't, let's say I need, I need, what would be? Oh, let's say I need $5,000 to do a new marketing campaign with that. Okay, I don't have $5,000. That's the only reason. That's not the only reason. That's not the only way to market. So I'm gonna need you to go get a guerrilla marketing book, a shoestring marketing book, and I'm sure it's a book out there, the shoestring marketing. I really feel like that's the name of it, or something, or talk to other people. How did you do it? How did you do it without money? Networking, you can network without money all day long. Hey, how you doing? Can we do a Zoom call? You ain't even got to leave your home doing a Zoom call. And I think, is the basic Zoom still free? It's been a long time since I paid.
Yeah, the basic is free. To my knowledge, I done paid for it for so long, but to my knowledge.
Girl, right. I've been paying for it so long, I don't know. Oh, because, with counseling, we need the HIPAA compliant software, so we got to pay.
Yeah.
But anyway, so a Zoom call for free, calling people for free, sitting down and writing an old-fashioned letter. Please tell me you got an envelope and some paper in your house that you can write a letter, a thank you note, anything to connect with that. Yeah. I'm sure there are things in your house that if you wanted to give a little gift away, that you could, oh, hey, I thought about you, and here's something to help us connect with something. I'm laughing at myself. This jewelry I have on today, I found it in my jewelry box. It had not been opened. Like in my jewelry. It's like, wow, how have really you? Nice. And that's kind of the American way, right? We got all kind of stuff in our houses that we ain't utilized, we ain't thought about. It's just there. So I'm gonna challenge you, if you want a gift to make room for you, and that's the way you want to start a referral relationship with somebody, or network with somebody, find something in your house, bake some cookies from scratch. Like there are so many things that you can do to start moving your business forward. And so don't ever think that money is the reason you're not moving forward. Like I'm gonna challenge you to get creative with that. And there's what's his name? Who was the guy? Jay. Jay, he does Jay. A lot of marketing.
The guy, you introduced me to him. Oh God.
Yeah. Oh, I can't think of his name.
I see his face, but
I can see his face too. He's done, I think, something called the Marketing Maven. He talks about the I think the Profit Paragon, the Pillars of Profit or something. He's done a lot of things. He came behind Tony Robbins. And kind of took Tony Robbins people to the next level with a lot of different marketing, but I can't think of his name. But he specifically talks about like figuring out how to create deals where you don't have to do upfront money. With that, like how can you make agreements and write it into the contract and give people guarantees and stuff without money? And so I think he was one of the first people that I've heard, and I've since seen it, that if you are waiting on the money, you are making an excuse for yourself. You're making an excuse for yourself. And so there's enough, whatever your belief system is. So whether it was God or the universe or friends or what, but I think you need to sit down and say, okay, money is not my problem. How do I get creative and solve this? 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 With that. So money is not a block. Take that. I need you to own that. Money is not my block. I can grow. Let me figure out what my blocks are and do it and move forward.
That's good.
Okay. What else we need to tell the people for tonight?
I don't know if there's anything else to tell them. I need you. You brought it home, Nat. Like, no,
it was hot tonight when I had that revelation.
I need you to type
I'm really holding myself down.
And let me be clear, everyone who's listening to this podcast, I am very in tune with my podcast partner. I was taking notes because she was spitting game. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta take a note, like, wait a minute now.
Right. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
And listen to it. But right in the moment, sometimes you just gotta take the note.
Right.
Like,
right. So I hope y'all got something from this. Like, I hope that us being transparent helps you with that.
Absolutely.
You are more normal than you know. You are more brilliant than you know. There are gifts inside of you that have to get out. Yeah. Don't let your insecurities, your inner child wounds hold you. Don't let these blocks hold you. Do what you have to do to move forward. Do what you have to do to move forward. And remember, 80% of the problem is always going to be you. Like, and that's a hard pill to swallow. But once you get that, and then you start looking at your life through the lens of 80% of this is me. And I gotta be hard with y'all. Even when it feels like, but I give all of this and I do all of this and I give my last and I give my all. That's still you. You have somehow created in your life this dynamic where you're the person who give away everything. You're the person who gives away all. You're the person who's left and destitute and everybody else is fine. Yeah. And that could be for whatever reason. And so I'm not saying it to hurt you. I'm saying it for you to start saying to yourself, okay, if I have created this life for me, what do I need to start doing differently to create a different life for me?
Yes.
What do I need to start doing so that I'm not the one that's left destitute? What do I need to start doing? How do I need to start thinking about this differently? I was talking to somebody and I said this today. And so this is especially for somebody. This is like the extra like cherry on top for the night. But I want to say this. A person who cannot receive will only attract into their lives people who cannot give. Because the givers are going to go find somebody to give to. Does that make sense? Yes. And when they tried to give to you, you wouldn't receive it because you don't like to receive from nobody. And so you left with all of the people who ain't trying to give you nothing with that. And so I need you, right? It's the energy. And so people are like, oh, that's not me. So this is how this looks. I try to take, let's mess with me and you, Cherise.
Okay.
I identify that the heater in your office is not working well. And I remember a time in my life when it wasn't working well and I would have loved for somebody to gift something to me. So I gift you a heater. All right, if you turn around and be like, oh, thank you, I don't need it. Here, you take it back and you don't receive from me. Am I going to try to give you anything else?
No.
Nothing. And so now you left in your life broken, destitute. I'm sorry. I'm just playing with that. Cold. Let's do that. Cold with a broke down heater only because you couldn't receive.
Right.
From somebody else because you didn't want to be holding to them, because you didn't want it to come back up, because for whatever reason has happened in your past. And so now you're shut down and people are trying to sow into you and give into you and just feel good about giving. And you can't receive. And so now, fast forward, I don't understand why nobody ever does anything for me. I don't understand why nobody ever offers to take me to lunch. I don't understand why nobody blah, 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 blah. You created it.
You created
I'm so sorry,
it, baby.
You created it.
You created it.
This is a word for somebody.
Yes,
because a lot of entrepreneurs do that. A lot of entrepreneurs, part of their drive is to make the money so they never have to receive or give. I mean, be beholden to anybody else. And so, but that's going to hurt you Because at some point, somebody's gonna have to give into you and sow into you for you to get to that next level.
Exactly.
With that. And so I think that's so no matter what the blocks are in your life, overcome them.
Overcome the blocks.
I feel like I want to get real strong with it. Like I demand and command you to overcome every single block in your life. Like you can do it. You were put here to do it. You can do it. Okay. Y'all got it?
I receive. I am in receptive mode.
Yes. Like you can do it. I mean, I don't care. You can do it. As long as you breathe and you got another chance. You are not too old. You are not too fat. You are not too short. You are not too pretty. You're not too tall. You're not too broke. You're not too rich. Like you can do it. Like you can do it. It's about you saying, I can do it. What's my block? Let me overcome it. Let me do it. It ain't that. I can do it. Okay.
We had a few comments.
Okay.
I'm going to listen to the replay. Okay, cool. You keep the other person. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Yay.
Okay. And we're gonna have to change software so we can make sure we can see the comments coming in through the thing. So I'll figure that out sometime over the summer.
Okay.
All right. You going on a cruise?
Sorry, man. Okay.
All right. Are you gonna be here next Tuesday? Because you're leaving for a cruise.
Oh shoot. So let me communicate with you to make sure, because they're saying we can communicate. So if we can
on the cruise, the internet package is like an extra, depending on the cruise, the internet package is can be extra. All right. So let me know. So you guys, it might be the both of us. It might just be me next week. But I am committed to being here every Tuesday night with that. And so happy travels, Cherise.
Thank you.
All right. And everybody
tonight, as always.
I just bust through all of those blocks. Bust through, and whether it's your hair, it doesn't matter. Bust through it.
Bust through it, baby.
All right. We love y'all.
Good night.
All right. Good night.